Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Well, hello everyone. I am Katie Petrick, joined as always by the man named David Fiorazzo.
Hi.
And it's the start of the week here, and we're happy to kick things off with Educated Live. Now, welcome everyone who's tuning in on Facebook and Rumble right this moment. We want to encourage you to post your questions, post your comments in the chat boxes, and we will be checking throughout the broadcast what you are saying. So say hello, and we'll say hello back to you.
Yeah, there's a little delay, so make sure to comment. And by the way, to our friends on Rumble, hello. Thank you for watching our live stream! !
Very nice.
See, so you saw me do that live.
That's what your generation does. Now,
little things amuse little minds, Katie Petrick.
Yes, Before you get lost in that technology over there, we are going to talk to David about what happened this morning on Worldview Matters.
What happened?
Monday morning.
Tony Gurule, Radical Truth. We talked about Islam, Hamas, and the Muslim Brotherhood. I know, nothing too controversial or confusing to a lot of people. And it shouldn't confuse Americans, particularly American Christians, the ideology of Islam, Muslim Brotherhood, and the Hamas attacks over in Israel. And we talked about that. Get educated on Worldview Matters. TV. I know. See how I worked both of them in there?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Because we've been doing a lot of stories on Israel and on these idiotic universities and what they're doing.
All the goodness that they don't do.
Oh, my goodness. The ideology is, you just really be careful, friends. Make sure to spread the truth. You've got to refute the lies. So thank you.
All right. Well, we are going to do a little bit of that today here on the show, and we're going to kick off with some parents in Florida who are furious after fourth graders, okay? So you're talking like 10-year-olds who were shown a graphic horror film in class, even after the kids begged the teacher to turn it off. David, what horror film even remotely would you think to show 10-year-olds?
Well, when I first read the article, I had to look and go, what grade is this again? What age are they showing this to? And it's really creepy, but it is fourth graders, right? I just want to clarify,
yep,
Katie. Now, how old is the typical fourth grader?
The 10-year-olds.
Okay, 10-year-old. And they're seeing this stuff. And I don't understand how this works into school and horror movies and Winnie the Pooh or whoever. But anyway, we got a quick video, a little news item, and we'll come back. We'll talk about this.
This place is kind of cool. Did you say it has a pool?
We need to go. Laura's dead. There's someone else outside. What was that?
Oh, of course.
So
David,
wait a minute.
That's totally what you should show fourth graders. The 10-year-olds. Yep, 9 and 10-year-olds. That's who should see
I
it.
know we do a lot of shows on what they do in schools in the classroom, but I don't get it. Is it?
No one gets it, and that's why it's so like this story is ridiculous. Like how is this allowed? How did this teacher think? Oh, it's an average Tuesday here at Joe Schmo Elementary, and I need to fill some time. I don't know. I want to show them about bears and nature. And so Winnie the Pooh, the horror film is, I don't know. But it was Michelle Diaz who said her twins, so she had twins in this class. It was this mom who said they were deeply affected by seeing the horror film Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey at their school, which is called the Academy of Innovative Education. It was in Miami Springs.
Okay.
And here's, okay.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
I'm deeply affected by seeing just the little bit of that.
Yikes.
To imagine what
can
9
I just
10-year-olds.
read a little bit out of here? And then the school issued a statement.
Oh, well,
and I think I'll toss that over to you. Mm-hmm. But Blood and Honey is a British indie film and features the children's book characters Pooh and Piglet going on a murderous rampage, and there's more, That includes
more.
smashing a victim's head with a sledgehammer, 4th graders, decapitating a person, and feeding a woman into a wood chipper. And there are more horrifying scenes.
Yes.
Katie, how on earth would they have responded to this?
Oh, yes. The school, of course, issued a statement. But before we get to that, I just want to respond to Anthony, who on Facebook wrote "cocaine bear?" ? And Anthony, I think you're not wrong. So yes, that is correct. Now
That's
the
funny.
school, which by the way, this school, the Academy of Innovative Education, I guess is living up to its name. It is innovative to try to show 9 and 10-year-olds a Pooh Bear doing such things. But what still remains is, why is this being shown, one, at all? But in math class, we didn't point that little tidbit out. It was in math class that they watched this. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
Okay, that makes this even more bizarre.
Exactly. It keeps getting worse. But here's school. Enlighten us, please. Now, they issued their statement regarding it, and they did say that some students had met with a counselor after viewing a portion of the film. The Academy for Innovative Education has become aware that a segment of a horror movie was shown to 4th graders Monday, October 2nd, that was not suitable for the age group. Our administration promptly addressed this issue directly with the teacher and has taken appropriate action to ensure the safety and well-being of students. Yeah, I don't think they did that. It may be for the future, but they did not ensure safety and well-being of students by showing them that portion of that film.
Okay, listen to this. She also said that only 20 to 30 minutes of the film was seen, and that was most of the film's grisly murder scenes take place later in the movie.
Oh, so
it takes place
fine.
later. It's not right at the beginning.
They're fine.
That's just funny. And
Just why?
the incident had been, quote, thoroughly addressed with teachers, students, and parents, and that the students who saw the horror movie, 4th graders, were in school and doing just fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. All right. Well,
bizarre.
don't worry. We have more incidents of videos and teachers involved. And now we have a story on a Kansas teacher who said that he was fired because of TikTok videos. So Stephen Taylor, teacher for 6 years. He was most recently at the Mill Creek campus, which is an alternative school in Olathe, Kansas. And he's also been a stand-up comedian for the last 8 years. And it seems the school district employing him wasn't amused by his jokes about students. So he was fired, he says, because he posted some videos on TikTok. Let's take a look.
Stephen Taylor has been a stand-up comedian for 8 years and teacher for 6, most recently at Olathe's Mill Creek Campus Alternative School. And he also makes TikTok videos.
The reason that I'm doing comedy on TikTok is to make money, because you only pay me $45,000 a year and I work all the time.
But a series of videos at the beginning of the school year got him called into HR with the unusual question: how often he passes gas near students. That's something claimed on his TikTok account.
I tell my students the wrong stuff all the time when they annoy me. I tell them that Abraham Lincoln invented the car. That's why it's named after him.
He was told to take the videos down and asked to see the district's social media policy.
They don't understand it. The social media policies are designed for MySpace. They are years behind where we're currently at in the world, which is TikTok is alive and well. Everybody's on it.
Policy goes on to say you shouldn't post anything online you wouldn't say at a public meeting or to a member of the media.
I tell them Logan Paul and Jake Paul had a great grandfather named Paul Revere, because they don't even know how names work anymore.
Taylor says it was all a joke, and he's sure his students understood that. But he's had to post another video to them to say he's sorry he's not their teacher anymore.
The thing that I feel the worst about is that the students are the ones suffering. And I know deep down that there's nothing I could have done besides sacrifice on my values.
Now, see, David.
You need to clarify something, but go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say what he did wrong here was not have an OnlyFans account. If he would have had an OnlyFans account, then he would perfectly be within reason to be a teacher and doing what he does.
Okay, are you referring to some of the women teachers that are... I was going to say prostituting themselves. That's not the right... They're
for some
doing
of them
stuff on OnlyFans. Isn't that a pornographic?
They're not what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's more what like it's happening.
Okay, sorry. So he mentioned MySpace.
Yeah. Way to date
Does
yourself,
anybody
buddy.
know?
Way to date yourself, MySpace.
Yeah. Well, he said some of the policies now
It's 20 some years ago. Jeez.
wasn't that just like 10 years ago or 12?
I wish. How old
I
are
don't know.
we? Woo! It's getting there. But it's interesting how he said it. Number one, the fact that he's trying to be a comedian, and the TikTok video, the little bit they showed, that wasn't that funny to me. It was like not funny. I guess. So.
Well, I like the Lincoln
maybe,
cars named after Lincoln.
Well, haha, yeah, okay. But I wonder if there was other things that he was posting. Like if that's the extent of what he was posting, I am like understanding why he would be confused as to why he's getting booted when there are legitimately women, mostly. Maybe there's probably some OnlyFans guys out there, but there's teachers who've done, we'll say, way worse things. However, what got me is when he said that TikTok is alive and well. I will say it is out there. I would not say it is well. No one should be on TikTok. That's my humble opinion, though.
However, we do get some good information from the libs of TikTok.
That is true.
I'm not on it, but I follow them. Of course, wait a minute. I follow them on X, Twitter.
On the
So
X
libs
and the
of
Twitter
TikTok.
and the tweets and the things.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
But I'll let them do the work on TikTok and then report elsewhere.
Exactly. Now, I just want to, our friend Anthony here on Facebook, I just want to highlight something.
Sure.
To our previous story, because he's the one who mentioned Cocaine Bear with Winnie the Pooh. Yes. And he also said that they should be watching more wholesome movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah. Yeah, in fourth grade.
Yeah, I mean, that at least has more of a plot line that would be believable to what they're doing to Winnie the Pooh, which is unfortunate. Anyway, that's where we are. That's where, I guess, where we're going.
Yeah, I want to shout out to Julie over there on Facebook Live, on Freedom Project's Facebook. I also want to say hey to Kim and, Michael, sorry. They're not paid to teach, they're paid to indoctrinate. Overall, yes, we talk about that all the time, don't we, Katie?
We do.
All right, let's move on here. All right, still to come. A West Virginia middle school teacher is arrested after she allegedly used duct tape to cover a student's mouth, bind his hands, and wrap his head in class. We're going to talk about this. Let's get to the bottom of this and want to get your thoughts on it in 30 seconds.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED. EDUCATED. Support this show and a great American company.
Does the world ever just seem like it's crashing down around you? Maybe when you're watching us here on Educated, then yes, most definitely, that is happening. Well, the good news, for once, we have good news. It's that we can keep our energy up to fight the good fight with a product called Magic Mind. And bingo, why yes, it is indeed magic. It is. But it's magic for your mind, David.
Okay.
So what's so nice about it, and why I'm drinking just one on the daily, is that it's energy boosting. I mean, you think I come out here all naturally? It is natural in the fact that it's nootropics. But I come out here after I have one of my Magic Minds, and it helps keep me focused on what I'm doing. In case you didn't know, I'm a mom with 2 toddlers. I love them. But I could use a jolt of energy and some focus. That doesn't mean that I have to continue just doing coffee all day long. I have my morning coffee, then I have my Magic Mind, and boom, I am all set to have an awesome day. So
Really?
Go get yourself some today. Start to feel better, to think better, just be better. And right now you can save 20% when you go to magicmind.com and you use the code EDUCATED20. Again, magicmind.com, use code EDUCATED20. Take a little sip of the Magic Mind and get after it. All right, well, now that I have my Magic Mind all done, we've got our latest Babylon Bee headlines coming up in a moment.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, I
They're
want
good.
to talk about a middle school teacher.
Is this true, this story?
I don't lie. I
Wow.
don't lie. Middle school teacher who duct taped a student's mouth from ear to ear, okay, for 4 straight days, like repeatedly did it. Because like the student had to go home, obviously. So for 4 straight days, when the student came back, got duct tape placed ear to ear. Yeah, it's, we're talking about the trauma of that Winnie the Pooh, but this is even more significant trauma, I would say, for one middle school boy out of West Virginia. We had a 43-year-old middle school teacher who was arrested, thankfully, for allegedly physically abusing him on several occasions using duct tape as well as a stronger tape, I don't know what that means, to cover his mouth, bind his hands, and wrap around his head, like that duct tape and all that, during class. How this happened on multiple occasions, well, how it happened on one, but I don't even know. The woman's name is Cassandra Sizzler. What a name. She was taken into custody, charged with 4 counts of child abuse in connection to the alleged conduct inside of her classroom. Now, according to the report, all 4 incidents involving Sizzler using duct tape to restrain the student took place in early October in her classroom at Central Preston Middle School in Kingwood, West Virginia. It's about 20 miles from the state's northern border with Pennsylvania. Now, a copy of the probable cause affidavit states that the male student told the troopers who were doing the arresting and all that, with the West Virginia State Police Department's Preston County Detachment, that Sizzler first placed a tape over his mouth on October 2nd, and she repeated some form of the punishment every day through October 5th. Like, if only that kid would have been gone from class that week. Like, he's going to be traumatized. He is. Now, according to the police, they wrote, his teacher put duct tape over his mouth from ear to ear. The abuse took place in the middle of class. So if you don't have questions, there's so many questions I have right now. But this is what they're saying. Now, the victim also reportedly noted that his lips and his mouth were red and sore when he was able to remove the tape. Again, middle of class, multiple days. How did it take this long? But okay, we had, according to this, a similar situation allegedly unfolded the next day, which is when the victim reportedly said that Sizzler, again, put duct tape over his mouth from ear to ear in the middle of class.
This is a middle school?
In West Virginia.
Were there any kids that commented?
These are all the questions, right? The victim reportedly claimed that Sizzler changed her tactics on the following day. So this is day 3 now, when she again taped over the victim's mouth from ear to ear, but also grabbed his hands and wrapped his wrists in duct tape. This is police writing this in an affidavit, okay? This isn't some Twitter post. The victim went on to say that then on Thursday, so are we on day 4 at this point? Day 4, Sizzler once again escalated the seriousness of the situation by bringing in stronger tape. I don't know what stronger tape is, but she then wrapped around that tape around his head, over his mouth, and onto his shoulders. Now, following her arrest, she was booked into jail in Preston County, held in lieu of $40,000 bond, $10,000 for each of the aforementioned charges. David, what do you got for a school response? Anything coming out of the school here?
I do want to mention just a few people that commented on Facebook, and then we'll get to that response. Jason said, I work for the school district in my area, and this type of stuff ticks me off. And then Jill commented and said, I can't even say what I would do to her if that were my child.
Mama Bear.
And what's wrong with these teachers? And then Kim said, and any kids come home and spill that news?
This is in the middle of class, unless it's a class of 1, the teacher and the student. How did this?
Yeah, I know. I don't understand. So,
but anyway, school response.
Okay. Preston County Board of Education Superintendent Brad Martin said he could not comment on Sizzler's current employment status, but noted that the BOE,
Board of Education,
had already, quote, contacted the appropriate authorities and were cooperating and taking all necessary actions while the situation is being investigated.
Oh.
Further investigation.
Right. I'm going to make the joke, but you guys get what I mean. Their hands are tied.
And one, I think it was Anthony that said gorilla tape, one of our commenters on Facebook. Jason. Probably gorilla tape. This is one of the more bizarre. We've had some bizarre stories on this show, and this is one of the ones where you kind of go, wait, can we get some? I would love to hear an update. I can't wait to hear an update on this story.
All right, well, we've teased it enough. We've got our latest Babylon Bee headlines to discuss with all of you, and we want your opinions and your top choice for the week. We will be back right after this break.
If you have a smartphone, tablet, Roku, or Apple TV, consider downloading the Freedom Project Media app. It's 100% free and includes all of our weekly shows, plus lecture series, archive programs, and award-winning animated videos for families like the Presidential Minute, Battles of America, and Heroes of the West. Don't rely on the social media giants to keep you informed. Simply download the Freedom Project Media app from your app store and allow notifications. And we'll let you know when a new video is ready.
All right, you guys know what's coming up. Before we wrap up this show for the day, let's take a look at everyone's favorite satire site, the Babylon Bee.
Here are this week's top 5 Babylon Bee headlines.
All right, as always, Katie Petrick has not seen any of these headlines, but we're going to find out which one should be named numero uno, Queen of the Hive. Let's start with this one. New York Times patiently awaiting Zoom call from Hamas to see what they should print today. Next, Hamas clarifies they meant to start the type of war where they get to do whatever they want and no one fights back.
Okay.
Next, liberals replace Star of David on coexist sticker with Hamas paraglider. Next, nations wishing there were some sort of structure they could build to physically stop jihadists from entering their borders. And finally, Ilhan Omar wakes up early to see what presents she got for Global Day of Jihad. Okay, Katie, and for you watching live, I think there's a little delay here in what we can see when you comment. Quick, let us know what your favorite one is. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And Katie, I'll go to you and I'll say, there's some good ones this week. It could almost be a 5-way tie.
A 5-way tie, all on the one hand. I love anytime the coexist sticker gets put out there for all to see.
Because what does that mean exactly?
Oh, hey, every religion is equal and we all need to get along.
They're all valid except for biblical Christianity.
So,
no, really, that's the.
Oh no, that's what I'm looking at the actual sticker right now. I can't stop laughing.
A Christian should not have a coexist sticker on their car because that is a sticker against. It's a statement against the exclusivity of the gospel of Jesus Christ being the way, the truth, and the life, the only way to the Father, because all religions can be false, but they can't all be true. So to coexist, it's like, all right. So don't have it on your car. I know you're going to go take it off now, but the coexist one is number 1?
I really enjoy anytime they mock that, so because it's true, they need to. So I'm going to go with it, but I liked all 5 of them, so it is tough.
Okay.
What do you got?
I got to go with number 1 because
I did laugh. Okay.
Yep. The
number
media, and it's not that big of a stretch to say the Marxist media in America, the liberals and progressives and Democrat media, wait to see what marching orders they get from the Biden administration. And also now they're waiting to hear that Zoom call from Hamas. The New York Times is just seeing what they should print.
But now what they could have done here, Babylon, listen up. You could have taken number 1 and number 5, and you could have said that Ilhan Omar waits at the New York Times office with them as Hamas is giving the marching orders. We have Michael.
Kim chose number 5.
Oh, so did Anthony, chose number 5. But Michael was with me on number 3, so take that.
Oh, come on. Nobody wants number 1? Nobody likes number 1?
Number one.
Anytime you can slime the New York Times.
There you go.
Do it. Oh, the coexist, the most inclusive symbol created. It literally leaves out everything that isn't on the sticker. Actually, basically, the coexist. You might as well put ABC, anything but Christ. You know.
Ooh, you're learning your alphabet.
Because there is a cross
Very
on
nice.
there, but that's not really what they're trying to say. They're trying to say you better not speak negatively about any of these other world religions, as if they couldn't be true as well. Anyway.
But you're on a soapbox, and
I'll get off my box.
Get off your box.
Guys, thanks for joining us on the live show. It's fun. We're going to do this every Monday. And that's going to wrap up this show for the week. For the day.
We
got the rest of the week, but just the live portion.
Oh, I tell you, we're all done. I'm spent. All right. Well, if you are out there and you're enjoying the content, please consider subscribing to the audio podcast and the weekly Media Blast. We will send you one email, just one little email every Friday, and it contains the top stories of the week. Simply go to stayeducated.org. Sign up. It's pretty easy to do. Now, if you are not following us on Rumble, for all of those, who are on Facebook right now, simply visit rumble.com/FreedomProject and give the channel a little follow. Now, we will be back again tomorrow with another episode, and we will continue Educated live next Monday at 12 p.m. Central Time on Facebook and Rumble. We'll both be here, and you'll be there. So let's meet up.
Let's be here together.
Let's team. Now, for David and myself, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting what we do. Until next time, stay educated.